Hello, Winnie the fam. This video is for the runner who is tapering and the runner who is in the post-race recovery phase, because if you didn't notice, how you feel is kind of similar between the two times, meaning you are sore, you're achy, maybe you're like, am I getting injured or am I injured? And if you're post-race, you're definitely like, can I even sit down and walk down the stairs like a normal person? I have a mega circuit that is runner specific to help improve your hip mobility and your ankle mobility, because we both know when you are tapering and when you are done racing, the tightness you feel afterwards can be almost debilitating depending on how bad it is. So let me give you runner specific exercises that will help to open up your hips in a very dynamic way and help eliminate ankle stiffness and soreness, and either get you ready for your race and banish worry from your mind about injury, or help you with your post-race recovery so you can get back to training as soon as you want to. Let's hop in. Alrighty, doesn't get much more real than this. I am doing these stretches right after my run, so you know these are good and the ones that I use on almost a daily basis. So let's hop in. Also, you're going to see surprise appearances by Tada Meow, because he decided he needed to be star of the show. This exercise is an adductor or a dynamic adductor rock back. All you have to think is inner thigh stretch. Now, I know a lot of runners are like, my inner thighs aren't that bad. Now, let me tell you, your inner thighs play a crucial role to your overall single leg strength. And as you either hold this position or rock back and forth, like I'll show you, you're actually going to feel a difference in where you feel the stretch. You might feel it more towards the front, or you might feel it more towards the back. Now, what I'm showing here is I want you to breathe back as you rock back, and I want you to try to put the breath behind you. This is going to help expand all of the back hip muscles, and you're going to feel a greater release. The other option is also just to stay here and chill for a little bit. So either rock or remain static, but don't forget to breathe deeply to continue to open up those deep hip muscles. Now, I know pigeon pose has been done a million times before, but I want to show you this subtle variation. Can you see how in one pose, my butt is not touching the mat, and then next, it is touching the mat? This will give you different angles. You're placing your femur at a different angle relative to the rest of your pelvis and glute muscles, and that is what creates the different stretch. Let me start out with, this stretch will not be accessible for every runner, but if you are a runner that has a deep ache in your butt and almost up into your back, this is key. This is basically a deepened pigeon. You find something. I use a trash can in the kitchen, the back of the couch, this arm of the couch, something that is mid-thigh height on you or taller, and you prop that leg up and basically go into a pigeon pose. This is a very spicy stretch, so do it as you are able to, but do not force it if it does not feel good. You all know I love a hip 90-90 because hip internal rotation is so important for runners. Now, we're going to go a little bit deeper into the rotation, a little more aggressively. If your hips don't allow you to do this, just do what you can do. I'm showing you basically the full extent of it, but especially if you are a guy runner, you might not get this far, and that is okay. This is how to do the stretch incorrectly. This does not stretch your hips. I feel nothing here, when in reality, my hip flexor is actually very tight. So let me show you how to do it correctly. First step, you're going to contract your core, hold that gentle contraction, and then rock forward. Once you've rocked forward just a touch, enough where you can feel the stretch in the front of the leg, then you turn in towards the leg that is up. If you want to, you can actually exhale here too. Let me show you from a different angle. So again, breathing in, as you breathe out, contract your transverse abdominis. Then you're going to rock forward slowly, just slightly, to get a little bit of a stretch in that down leg, and then turning towards the leg that is up on the exhale. You can choose to inhale, exhale with this movement, or just hold it and breathe. This exercise is a two-parter. The first thing I do when I get here is I just start pedaling out. I start to notice which ankle is tighter than the other one. If you watch carefully, you can see how my right heel easily gets to my mat, but my left heel is probably a good inch or two off the mat. As I pedal more, things start to loosen up, but the real magic doesn't happen until I start doing these contract, relax exercises. I think about lifting up really with both feet. I'm testing one foot here. We lift up with both feet. You hold for a count of 5 and then slowly lower back down. Now, you can do this with both feet, contracting up with both and coming down with both, or doing the single leg version for maximum effect. So contract or come up on your toes with both feet, switch to standing on one foot, hold that for a count of 5, and come down for a count of 3 or 5. You're going to start to feel your calves relax. Now, if the front of your ankles are always tight, don't underestimate how effective this tiny motion is. This is it. Put one foot in front of the other like you're walking a tightrope and bend your knees. It does not even have to be as large of a motion as what I'm showing you here. However, the magic is you need to do several rounds of this. I usually aim for sets of 8. You need to do at least 2 sets of 8 to genuinely start to feel your ankles loosen up. You can go for a walk in between sets, but don't miss out. You will feel so much better after this one. This one is for the runners where the tops of your feet feel really tight after a workout, like maybe the extensor muscles of your toes, the muscles that bring your toes up towards the sky, and your ankles, maybe those are super tight. Sitting back on your heels, either from a child's pose position or just sitting back, is an excellent, easy, passive stretch to help lengthen everything and take away that top of foot tightness or the ankle tightness. Okay, maybe not an exercise, but toe spacers are still great for recovery. After being in hot running shoes for so long and your toes are getting cramped, your feet are getting cramped, it's good to gently open them back up. Now, these are my current favorite ones from Tuck It. Like, you can just see how stretchy they are and how much they naturally spread your toes out. So go ahead, pop these on for only 15 minutes at a time. You can go shorter. Going longer is something you need to work up to, so don't force that right away. But getting on the toe spacers might take a little bit of time, but they should start to feel natural after a couple of minutes. If you are in pain, that is a sign to take them off, come back to them, and gradually work into things. And you're back, RunFit fam. Thank you as always for watching. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, you know what to do. You gotta leave them in the comments below. But before you go, if you made it this far into the video, because it was a little bit of a longer one, here's what I want you to do. Subscribe so we can hang out more often. And until next time, RunFit fam, dare to train differently.